From your perspective, what does an efficient planning process look like?
Great question. I think it changes based on your maturity as a company. But let me tell you kind of what we're judging efficiency by. So first off, planning isn't linear. I think it's easy to follow the calendar year and think of it as one and done, January through December or fiscal year start to end. But really it is more of a cycle. We're getting a lot of efficiencies out of looking at Q1 as the start of planning, not really just the launch of what we planned in the last fiscal. And so what I mean by that is in Q1, we focus on aligning on the success metrics for the year and what we're going to use to gauge if the plans are working, are they driving the right behaviors, have we set targets effectively? So one example of that was in Q1 of this year, we decided that the singular metric that we were going to judge whether or not the targets were being set effectively and quotas were effective was to look at the kurtosis of attainment quarter on quarter. So that would be the spread of attainment across what we hope to be that normal distribution bell curve that we all aspire for, but sometimes don't see. So we've really been focused on that as our chief success metric. We've used it quarter on quarter to gauge where we are. And that made the H1 decision, which for us was at the end of August time, about what we want to change in FY26, that's much more seamless. So as we've had a new CRO come in and leadership changes, that hasn't caused too much noise because we've been aligned around what success was being measured by. So I think that's one mark of efficient planning, to determine what it is that's going to govern success and keep that metric as the North Star or the consistent conversation point as you go, and to start really early on measuring the success so that you can make a call a lot earlier in the year. And then Q3 and Q4, it's all around that cross-functional collaboration between finance and operations and the field to then align on how we're going to plug the gaps that we've recognized in Q1 and Q2 and ongoing monitoring for the rest of the fiscal.